Greetings everyone, here we are with another delightful video from me to you and through the power of the internet. And this is the 2025 welcome to the channel video. I decided I should at least do this like every other year at minimum. In a few months of this video, in March will be I think the third year the channel will be on. I will have a video that comes out then. My channel in the past year has grown by over 400 subscribers as a small channel, supposedly growing in the time of the fall of giants. Several large tabletop role-playing game YouTubers are complaining at the current time that their channels are shrinking. I have personally to redouble my efforts in spite of the technological impairments I personally meet every day. My current internet router, which is a piece of shit TP-Link one, is on the fritz. So I have to go and record this at home and then upload it at work. The fun of doing internet stuff. But anyways, I am on a personal mission to show off as many different tabletop role-playing gaming products as possible, and occasionally throw in a board game, a tabletop skirmish game, or even a tabletop war game. I will cover everything from like the mainstream in tabletop role-playing games such as Dungeons and Dragons, Pathfinder, Starfinder, Call of Cthulhu, Shadowrun, Traveler, Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay, and I will also cover some more niche tabletop or moderate tabletop roleplay games, such as Paranoia, The Dark Eye. Cyberpunk Red is actually probably in the big time category, but it's also small time. It's in that strange area. I will cover many of the mid-sized tabletop role-playing games, some more niche tabletop role-playing games, such as The Mutant Epoch, Lion and Dragon, which is growing fast, Lamentations of the Flame Princess. I'll even cover stuff like Star Wars role-playing and Marvel Multiverse whenever I get my product there. I will also cover some classic tabletop role-playing game products. As you can see here, right over my shoulder, is the original Dungeons & Dragons from 1974, as well as Star Frontiers, as well as classic tabletop role-playing games from the 1970s, 80s, and 90s, such as earlier editions of RuneQuest, Pendragon, and earlier versions of Call of Cthulhu. The priority will be mostly on modern systems. However, like Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition, 2024, Call of Cthulhu 7th Edition, Cyberpunk Red, as well as many of those other ones. However, I will throw in, say, like Dungeons & Dragons 3.5 from time to time, Advanced Dungeons & Dragons 1st Edition, Classic Traveler, many others. I'm having a brain fart for 5 seconds here. Also, some other niche ones, such as Legend of the Fire Rings, and many more. But then, also, as I said before, my main focus is tabletop role-playing games on this channel. I will pop in, show you a bunch of stuff for that, show you various products on the side. Probably shouldn't pull that out because I haven't been doing that theme anyways. Pulling out the book, show you the book. I do that, and I do that, and I do that. The general gist of the videos is to generally try to keep them quick, cover the basic information. I will show off like beginner boxes and starter sets and game master screens and the core rule books first and foremost, and then I will show you the secondary and tertiary products related to the products, such as cards, or like spell cards for Pathfinder 2nd Edition, for Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition, for Shadowrun, and so forth. That way people can bathe in the broad range of products and decide for themselves what is of importance to them when they want to play a tabletop role-playing game. I will give you what information I know as soon as possible. However, it is important to note that some videos will have different levels of information, such as anything that is an unboxing or an overview video. Will oftentimes, unboxing video is a first time impression video. I just got this box, I opened it up, and I will tell you what I think of it from what I see when I open the box. Something similar with overview videos. A lot of times I may have read the book a few times. I may have even used it a few times, but I have not extensively used it through and through with an overview video product. So when I do an overview video, I may have anywhere from low level experience to moderate level experience with that product, and I will kind of indicate through the video what level of experience I have with that product to give you the best idea of what I think of it. And I'll show you what it looks like. I personally deal entirely with physical products, so you will not see, say, like PDFs and stuff like that. You will see boxes, and you will see books, and you'll see Game Master screens, and you'll see dice and stuff like that on this channel. I am not the most knowledgeable person. I'm not the person who is going to teach you all the cool tricks in every tabletop role-playing system, how to make the most OP character in Gamma World 7th edition, or something like that, or even the most OP character in Call of Cthulhu 7th edition. However, I do have some advice, and occasionally I do know enough about a typical tabletop role-playing game system I might dive even deeper. In such cases, there will be another two categories of videos. The review videos. After the unboxing / overview videos, there will be the review videos, which is products I have personally used a lot of. And I've used them backwards and forwards. I've homebrewed stuff out of them. I've ran the entire adventure from start to finish, or the vast majority of it. Maybe even ran it for multiple groups. And I have an in-depth understanding of how this thing is because I've used it a lot of times. And that is the third category. The fourth category is deep dive videos. This is typically something I will only do for products that I've used beyond the level of review level, where I've not just used and played it, I've literally rebuilt all kinds of stuff out of it. I've found errors in it. I've documented alternative options for how to do certain parts of an adventure, and I've experimented extensively in it. So these types of videos, the reviews and the reviews and the deep dives, will typically be way longer and extremely rare. Even though I have played and ran multiple adventures for Call of Cthulhu 7th edition and Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, and even done some stuff with Pathfinder 2nd edition and so forth, I will seldomly ever release a review or a deep dive video, simply just because I'm going to make a point of making those my premium quality videos, where I will spend a lot of time to actually outline things. Those videos will be like an hour long or more, where the unboxings and the overview videos will typically be between 5 minutes and almost an hour, depending on how big the product is. But everything, the reviews will pretty much be automatically 30 minutes to 2 hours long, and they might be broken up into multiple sections in the case of the deep dive videos, as I literally dice it apart and show you this is your solution for this situation. This is what kind of range of possibilities you might experience. There might be more according to my experience on this product. This mechanic does not work. You should actually do it this way. This was errata, stuff like that, and so forth. And this is my personal deep experience on the product. So something that typically would be a video that's 15 minutes long in a overview would actually end up being 45 minutes to an hour and a half in a review video. And in a deep dive video, I might literally spend in like 2 to 3 hours just literally explaining the beat by beat moment of how to run Paper Chase and all the varying different variations of ways different players in my different groups have basically undermined or sidestepped the ending to Paper Chase for Call of Cthulhu 7th Edition. Because believe it or not, there is actually, it's shocking how many times a player will actually kind of like redo things, like set Scooby-Doo level traps around the house to catch it's the book burglar or scare him off, or they literally sit at the door or the window with a gun. Like, why in the freak would the person stealing the books tangle with a person with a big gun? Because heck no, being shot for a gun for books is not a good idea. But anyways, that's the general gist. I will do all kinds of fun stuff. I will find unique products that cover various different things. I will do books on primary source information products from all the major video game companies, all the tabletop role-playing game companies, but I'll also do secondary source kind of products, like this book right here, which is not a core book in the dungeon, not a core or secondary book in the Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition line, but is practically a in-world book that you hand to your players, like, this is a book on dragons, against kind of thing, or Sandy Peterson's Anatomy of the Cthulhu Mythos Monsters, which is also another book that is in-world, sort of finding yourself a mythos tome in reality kind of situation. So I'll occasionally show those kind of products off as well. There will be a lot of videos that fire out really fast whenever I have a working internet router, or I am feeling pretty hyperactive today, and I decide I really need to just make like 10 videos in a shot. When you got that ADHD, hyper focus and drive going, you go for it. It balances out the depression and anxiety sometimes, but it works. As you can see, I besides the tabletop role-playing games, I also have video games. That is an entirely different channel. Sometimes I might actually go back to it and release a whole bunch of new videos on that channel, but that's another thing. So if you are interested in learning more about tabletop role-playing games, or even just finding out that, hey, there's this weird thing called Paranoia, and it's a game where you play as clones inside of a facility run by an insane computer, yeah, that's a good thing. As I said, I'll cover as many different products as I can, and you will have an opportunity to find out the basics on them, which case then is that you learned that there is this tabletop role-playing game where you play Space Marines in the Warhammer 40k universe, and you get to decide, like, or the Inquisition, or a bunch of random people in the world of Age of Sigmar, or the Mortal Realms, and you decide, like, oh, yeah, that sounds like a good thing, and you go and look up other YouTube channels, which sometimes I will mention some of them off the top of my head, and you like zip over to them, and you get like high quality videos going through all the stuff that you need. You just learn, like, oh my goodness, there's this game called Star Frontiers. This is like, I show you the product, what it looks like. You think, like, oh, that's interesting, and you go look up other YouTube channels that cover Star Frontiers. And then my personal policy on that is, if you are a YouTuber or a YouTube channel that covers a particular tabletop role-playing gaming system, say like Dungeons and Dragons 2014, 5th edition 2014, or you cover Pathfinder 1st edition, or you cover Cyberpunk 2020, if you see me do a video on your product, you have full and complete permission to share, to mention that you do videos on that topic. Some YouTubers are like, nope, block. You don't do that unless I get my views off of your stuff. You send people over to me. No, that's not how I run things. I'm like, if you do that topic, you do Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition, you can release or you can share links to your playlist on my videos to your YouTube channel. Say like, oh, I cover Call of Cthulhu 7th edition on a Call of Cthulhu 7th edition video. If you start posting Call of Cthulhu videos on a RuneQuest video or a Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition video or stuff like that, that stuff I will like, nope, hide. I don't want like people like spamming into other things or into comments of other people, like lists of videos they've done. I'm perfectly fine with people like, this is a Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay 4th edition video that he just made. Share or a link to their YouTube channel in a comment that says, hey, I happen to do Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay 4th edition videos. And they leave a link to a playlist of them doing a live play of Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay 4th edition, or them doing a guide on how to play it. I want my channel to be like the channel that people like come across that like, hey, I didn't realize that it was this tabletop role-playing game. This is now my launching point into finding out more about this tabletop role-playing game, either by watching more of this channel or going to another channel that specializes in that tabletop role-playing game and can give me more in-depth information on that tabletop role-playing game. So if that sounds perfectly good to you, you're a YouTuber or a watcher, subscribe to this channel, hit the bell icon. That way when you see me upload a video on Shadowrun 6th World or Shadowrun 6th Edition, and you want to learn more about that system, you know that, hey, I'm going to get some information from this channel, but there may also be people in the comments that leave links to their videos or their channels that will lead me to even more information on this tabletop role-playing game called Shadowrun 6th World. So there you go. And I'm perfectly fine with that and good with it. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a delightful day, a nice night, a wonderful weekend, a magnificent month, and see you next time. Ciao.